What's up, guys? Benny. I'm just trying to help, right? I don't want to see the country broken in two. I don't want to see the MAGA movement fractured. It is the single most powerful political movement on earth. And throughout many ups and downs, I have done my very level-headed best to try and fuse things back together. And so here we are, giving good advice once again. And this is my advice to the Trump administration in the fallout of this very toxic Epstein scandal, which is the trust us, we looked into it, bro, era of federal governance is over. You will never be able to just say, no, we're the feds, move along. Never again. The feds are going to have to show their work beyond a shadow of a doubt to gain the acceptance of the American people from here on out. We didn't make the rules because we didn't break the machine. Decades of relentless lies and grotesque abuses of power got us to this point. We didn't break it, but Trump bought it. They own it now, and these are the rules. And so the feds are going to come out and say, no, there was no Epstein list. He didn't blackmail anyone. He's totally innocent. Ghislaine Maxwell's totally innocent. We're going to keep her as a state prisoner. You know, it's like, it just is. Shut up. Just stop talking about it. Like that's not how it works anymore. Maybe that worked for your grandparents. They had a 1950s, right? 1950s. That's how people believed it. Well, you know, the CIA said it, so it must be true. It's not how it works. So when President Trump yesterday, dismissed it and said, stop talking about Epstein, it's going to have the opposite effect. And I'm saying this as somebody who wants to help. And now you can see the polling. Polling for President Trump just cratered last night. I'm not one to go and scream at the polls or anything like that. And I'm not panicking, okay? I'm not losing my mind. I'm not sabotaging anything. I'm trying to help. I am the voice of actually a lot of people that we're speaking with inside of the Trump administration who's frustrated about how this is being handled, quite frankly, because they know that if it's handled incorrectly, it'll have a toxic fallout. Percent to think that Donald Trump was or wasn't involved in the crimes allegedly committed by Jeffrey Epstein. U.S. adults, 40% to 27%. Split along party lines here, independents and Republicans. But nonetheless, the way to exonerate yourself entirely is to say, we're not protecting any predators around here. And everybody who ever knew this guy is going to be exposed because you were dealing with a convicted predator. He was convicted and found guilty and did a little bit of prison time and a sweetheart deal. And of course, he was charged again, right? So why are we protecting these people? There's no reason to protect them. Do you think that Trump is involved in the crimes committed by Epstein? Yes, 40%. No, 27%. This is July 9th, 2025 YouGov poll. Okay. Well, now there is major fracturing going on inside of Trump's base. And it's probably inevitable, right? It's hard to keep a coalition like this together. But you have Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, and Patrick Bet-David, all of them friends of Donald Trump, all of them people who Trump's appeared on their shows many times, and they've spoken at his rallies and stuff. All of them savaged the administration yesterday. All of them savaged the president and his administration. Many of them took different angles, but all of them said this is a nightmare, okay? And we're going to play you a little wrap-up of that in just a second. But I want to talk about the other fracture going on right now between Steve Bannon and Elon Musk. Steve Bannon, of course, sort of the architect mastermind of original MAGA, right? The beating, pulsating heart of original MAGA is War Room. We have nothing but respect and love for Steve Bannon. Elon Musk, the technologist, of course, that came in over the top and spent hundreds of millions of dollars to get Trump elected in 2024 and did a lot of events and so on and so forth, did a ton of work to help President Trump. Also, respect. These two, though, don't respect each other. Elon Musk has said Steve Bannon is a fat, drunken slob, and he's going to go back to prison. Okay, so they don't like each other. They don't like each other. That's been really public for a long time. In the fallout of this Epstein scandal and crisis, PR crisis, Elon Musk has named top Trump ally in the Epstein files. As MAGA civil war spirals. What happened now? Billionaire techie turned political provocateur Elon Musk has launched another salvo into the MAGA world by claiming that former Trump advisor Steve Bannon is implicated in the Jeffrey Epstein files. You see how bad this can get? See how bad it spirals when you mismanage this stuff? See how toxic it gets? We don't need headlines like this. The mercurial businessman who's recently fallen out of Trump's orbit after lambasting the big, beautiful bill emerged with a fresh attack against Steve Bannon. Bannon is in the Epstein files, he said on X. Tesla CEO is responding to a social media post about Roger Stone. Why would Steve Bannon meet with Jeffrey Epstein at his New York home and in Paris after Epstein was convicted of sex crimes in Florida? Stone wondered. Why would he coach Epstein for his 60-minute appearance? This appears to stem from a report that Bannon allegedly helped the convicted pedophile prepare for a CBS 60 Minutes interview that never happened. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the original post from Roger Stone going after Steve Bannon. Right here. And then here's Elon Musk saying Bannon is in the Epstein files. Now, he said this about President Trump. He apologized for it. Elon Musk apologized, deleted it. It gets getting nasty. This had 42 million views yesterday, this post. This is far and away Elon Musk's biggest post on X yesterday. How can people be expected to have faith in Trump if he won't release the Epstein files? 42 million. Will exposing the Epstein files rank high in the America Party's list? 100%. But Trump says there are no files, says Alex Jones. Then he says, stop talking about it. 47 just triggered the mother of all Streisand effects. This is, of course, named after Barbara Streisand when she said, stop looking at my house, stop looking at my house. Everyone's going to go look at her house. Yeah. It's nasty. It's nasty. I don't want to, listen, between the stuff with Bannon and Elon, I'm not going to, that's just like a really nasty interpersonal war that I'm not getting involved in. But it's what's out there, it's what's being put out there and being seen by tens of millions of people, right? They arrested and killed Peanut, says Elon Musk. This is the little squirrel. They have not even tried to file charges against anybody on the Epstein client list. Government is deeply broken. I feel that. Why haven't they gone and done an investigation into Bill Clinton? Like this, I deeply feel. Bill Clinton is somebody who had Epstein at the White House dozens of times. Then after he got out of the White House, he was immediately flying around the world with Jeffrey Epstein on his plane, going to the little island. That's what the depositions say of the Epstein victims. They said that he saw Clinton on the island. That's what they said in black and white. Ghislaine Maxwell was at Bill Clinton's daughter's wedding. Bill Clinton has one kid, and Ghislaine Maxwell has the seat of honor at the wedding. What the hell is that about? The whole thing's messed up, man. And Bill Clinton's never been questioned federally for this? Yeah, it's broken. The Epstein files will never be released. There will be no arrest, no accountability, no justice. This is how I and so many other people feel right now. We've been had, yes, says Elon Musk. Elon Musk, Bannon is in the Epstein file. Elon Musk, here's Elon Musk with Ghislaine Maxwell. Musk just said Bannon is in the Epstein files. What a joke. Everyone Musk doesn't like is in the Epstein files now. Modern Salem witch trials. The way to fix all this is to release all the evidence. I've been trying to be helpful here. Release all the evidence. Elon Musk claimed that Steve Bannon is in the Epstein files. I hope that Elon has proof to back that up. Bannon is not going to just let these accusations slide. He's a fighter, and he will fight to the death on this topic. Steve Bannon angered Elon Musk with the HP-1 visa topic happened. Elon went full HP-1, and Bannon led the movement against it. This is the root of their hatred together. This, of course, you may recall the HP-1 visa fight. Sources say that Steve Bannon is in those Epstein files that don't exist. Is it just me, or does Elon Musk and Steve Bannon absolutely hate each other? Yes, I trust Elon Musk. Okay. Elon Musk, Bannon is in the Epstein files. Me, show us proof, or hush. True. Listen, they don't like each other, obviously. Bannon saying that he wants to deport Elon Musk. Elon Musk saying he wants to arrest Bannon. Two bulls, one pasture, that kind of thing. Bannon on his show today, though, went berserker mode on the Trump administration. Another person to add to the lineup of individuals who have gone after the Trump administration here for the way that they are handling this. When you pissed off Bannon and Tucker and Megyn Kelly and PBD, you have a problem, a major problem. And I would like it'd be nice to have it acknowledged because there's a lot of people trying to help out, right? I am, by and large, a fan of the administration. So, this is not how you do it. Here you go.
We don't control the Justice Department. We don't control the FBI. We don't control the CIA. We don't control all the agencies that Tulsi oversees. We don't control the Pentagon. That part of the apparatus that is the deep state and the administrative state around it, they control it. We don't. They just see Trump as a passing figure, like they see everybody as a passing figure. They had 2 coups. They took out Kennedy in a coup. They took out Nixon in a coup, right? And they took out Trump in the first time in a coup. They got 3.
And they tried to set him up to be killed.
This audience and this president, this is what his moral authority is. He said, screw you. They wanted to go to Mar-a-Lago. This audience said, F yourself. We're not going to do that. We are going to fight and get it back. And now we're back. It's the first time they've ever been defeated. And now we must run the tables. If we don't run the tables, they're going to destroy us.
I mean, just look at the influencer thing, you guys. Mm-hmm. What kind of an attorney general, just take a step back. What kind of an attorney general would pretend she's giving new information to some of the president's most loyal advocates in the press, buying ink by the barrel? So either Pam Bondi knew she was about to embarrass some of his most loyal surrogates out there and did that willingly, or she didn't take the time to make sure what was in those binders. She was too lazy to actually figure out none of this is new. And yet she called a meeting with the influencers that included Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, and the sitting vice president. So she's either lazy and incompetent, or she willingly humiliated some of the president's most loyal supporters. Neither one of those is good, and that's why I'm sorry, but I'm going to predict her days are numbered as a member of the Trump administration.
So too, actually. So let's just assess this logically. They're covering up, the DOJ, the current DOJ under Pam Bondi is covering up crimes. Very serious crimes by their own description. Mm-hmm. Why are they doing that?
Yeah.
So there are really only 2 potential explanations that I can think of. Maybe you've got another. The first is that Trump is involved, that, Trump is on the list, that they've got tape of Trump doing something awful. I don't believe that for 2 reasons. One, I've talked to Trump about it a lot. And I know him. He's not that, for whatever his sins, I don't think he's that guy, actually. I don't think he likes creepy sex stuff. That's just my view. But more, I think, convincing is that this is all information that the Biden administration had. And if there was evidence that Trump had been involved in illegal sexual activity, you think the people who made up Russiagate wouldn't have leaked it?
Right.
Come on now. So the only other explanation that I can think of, again, maybe you've got another, is that intel services are at the very center of this story, U.S. and Israeli, and they're being protected. I think that seems like the most plausible.
That's the most obvious.
There is a reason why people are asking about this. This is by far, and I'm a supporter. 3 times I voted for this man. This is by far the biggest fumble of the administration they've had thus far. And here's the reason why. If you remember the president winning, he had a conversation with Fox News, the great Rachel Campos Duffy, and she asked, Mr. President, 9/11, yes. John F. Kennedy, yes. Epstein, he didn't say yes. He was a little bit hesitant of bringing that information out. Why? So why does his leadership team go out there and are like, we have this information and we're going to release this and Cash, and let me tell you what we have with Pam Bondi out of the state of Florida. She knew everything about Bondi, about Epstein. Why are you fumbling this? Why are you not having an emergency meeting together to conversate and say, hey, we're going to be on the same page with messaging on this. All you have to do is send a message to everybody, say, God, let's have a conference call. Here's what we're going to be saying about this, because this was a very important issue to not 80% of the voters that voted for President Trump, but I think 20% of the voters wanted to know what's going to happen with Epstein, and it's a big letdown.